The number one question I get from brand new sports bettors is, hey, bro, how are you making any money when eventually in a couple weeks or a month, you're going to get limited by these sports books and you're only going to be able to get like $5 down on a play?
Say what?
Well, in this video, I'm going to talk all about sports betting and getting limited. What sports books are going to limit you the fastest? Is there a way to get in and around being limited? Also, what betting strategies are going to put you on the fast track to getting limited? And what type of bets are going to really put a red flag out there for your sportsbook account that's going to get you limited? And then at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a secret that the gambling community probably doesn't want me to share, but I think it's very important. So make sure you stick around to the end.
You.
No.
No, you're very good, you.
No.
You are very good,
There's
you.
a lot more to it than that.
You're very good, you.
There are
Hey guys and girls, welcome into the channel. My name is Billy C. I hope you're having an awesome day. I love to talk about sports betting, and in particular, this channel loves to educate you on how you can become a sharper sports bettor. The sports books aren't going to do it for you. You have to teach yourself. So if you like this type of content, guys, please smash the thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any videos that I drop. In particularly, since we're going to be talking about limits on sports books, I want to hear from you in the comments, right? I'm in Arizona, so I don't have access to all the sports books. So if you know of other sports books out there that maybe limit you pretty fast, I want to hear from you. This is the number one question I get all the time from new sports bettors, and we're just going to tackle getting limited head on so you know exactly what you're in for. All right, so first thing off the hop, these are solely my opinions, guys. In sports betting for over 2 years and trying different types of strategies, whether it's middle betting, arbitrage betting, positive expected value betting. This is what I've seen and this is what I know, and I want to pass it on to you. So, answering what is getting limited, it's basically when we pull up maybe a bet like Kyle Kuzma to hit over 2.5 3-pointers in the game. And as you can see up here in my FanDuel account, I have a roughly $1,300. So let's say I want to bet $1,000. But FanDuel says I can't bet $1,000. I can only bet $200. Why? Because FanDuel has identified me as a sharp sports bettor. Now, that means that they'll still take some action, but I can't bet $1,000 on this game. I can only bet 200, meaning that I'm limited.
What? No!
Okay, so the simple, easy answer, if you don't want to get limited betting on sports, then just lose most of your bets.
What do you mean I'm funny?
It's funny, you know. It's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
Sports betting is ass backwards from life, right? You get a credit card. You have a small amount of credit when you first start out because you don't have any credit. You start making payments on time. You show the credit card companies, hey, I'm a timely payer. I pay my balance off in full. They eventually, over time, give you a longer line of credit and your credit score goes up. Well, with sports books, if you lose more bets than you win, they'll let you bet as much as you want. That's why I laugh when I see touts placing these massive wagers of $20,000 to $30,000. Well, yeah, no shit, because you're a lousy sports bettor. The sports books are happy to take your action, right? It's backwards. When you actually are a sharp sports bettor and you make money off the books, they actually decrease the amount of money that you can bet because they realize and identified you as a sharp sports bettor, which actually is a good thing because that means you're going to be making money in the long term. Now, there are certain sports books that are going to limit you quicker than others. Now, I'm out here in Arizona. I'm just going to highlight some books right here that are going to limit you a lot quicker than others. Typically, the smaller niche sports books are going to just be afraid and not take your action. But books like FanDuel will actually take sharp bettors' action because they're not afraid and shunning sharp sports bettors. They actually use it as information so that they can find out, hey, maybe our lines are a little stale here or they're a little off because a lot of sharp action is coming in on these lines and these plays, and we need to adjust. So FanDuel's awesome because they still take your action. They just limit you to a less amount. Where other books like Barstool or Bet Rivers, they just don't want any of your business at all and they just shun you away. Now, over my experience, there is one particular type of market that's going to limit you the fastest. And in my opinion, there's going to be one type of betting strategy that's going to limit you the fastest. But I need you to just hit time out right here. Pause for a moment. Right now, you need to figure for yourself, what type of sports bettor are you? And what I mean by that is, are you someone that just tries to get down 2 to 5 bets on the weekends, bet on your favorite team or your favorite player and just enjoy the ride, right? If you're on this channel, that means you're interested in becoming a sharp sports bettor, or you just clicked on my channel by mistake, which, hey guys, welcome. Name's Billy C. So I need you to figure this out first because there is a strategy out there called arbitrage betting, right? Where we're going to bet the winner and the loser in the same game. We're going to put different dollar amounts down because there's different odds. And no matter what side wins or what side loses, we're going to get the same payout and make a risk-free profit. Right? Or there's positive expected value betting where there's a lot more risk involved, where you're just betting money on one single play and you're getting an expected return, but that bet can lose. And it's a long-term play where you need to make a lot of bets, a lot of action, but over the course of the long run, you will make money and you'll have a higher return than arbitrage. Arbitrage betting is going to put you on the fast track to getting limited. Here's why. This doesn't apply to you if you only bet, $15 on one side and $25 on the other play. I'm not unit shaming here, guys, but you're just going to blend in like a casual sports bettor. But for the people out there that are trying to make as much money as possible, hey man, go get it. Do you. But you're going to be betting sometimes a total investment of maybe $1,000 or $1,500 on one play, right? Maybe you have $250 down on Fliff on one side, and then on the other bet, you have $600, $700, $800, and you're going to make a risk-free profit of 20, maybe 40 bucks, which is really cool. But you're putting down massive amounts of money that's going to show the sports books when they look at your account history, this person's starting to put down a ton of money, and a lot of money real quick, real fast is going to get your account flagged. So the number one type of bet, in my opinion, that's going to get you limited the fastest is player prop bets. Okay. When we think of mainline plays like money lines, spreads, over-unders, these are big markets. They take a lot of action. Each individual player prop, like player made threes for the Hornets Wizards game, Kuzma, Poole, Tyus Jones, LaMelo Ball. These are all individual markets within themselves. They are smaller markets. Sportsbooks do not have as much confidence in these plays. Therefore, they do not take as much action. Case in point with Kyle Kuzma. Look at these odds, guys. These are just plus 100. This is even money. I can only get down now I'll just change to plus 102. 196.10, right? Because my max wager unlimited affects what type of odds that I want to bet. Now, if I wanted to bet on, say the under at minus 130, I can get down even more money, which is 260.10, okay? But if we go over to this Wizards game and we go to popular and then we go to place the money line here at minus 148 on the Hornets, I can guarantee you on $1,300, wow, I didn't even get a limit. So when I talk about the mainline plays, you can get a lot more action down. So if you're someone that's arbitraging and is going after player prop bets, that is a dead red giveaway, solely in my opinion, that this is a really easy way to get limited and get limited super fast. Now, it depends on the type of sport where you get limited. As you can see here tomorrow, Jackson State versus San Diego for men's college basketball. These aren't two really well-known schools, no offense, but they're not as big as the NBA. So a money line play here, they're only going to let me put $375 down over at FanDuel, right? And this is on a minus 125 play. The over-under plays here, same thing. They probably, $258.60. So it definitely depends on the type of sport that you're betting on. If we're talking about NFL, NBA, I can get a lot of action down. But two small college basketball schools, they're not going to take much action. Right? Utah Tech, Santa Clara, put down $800. They'll let me bet $63.80 because this is a massive underdog. So that's another thing that you have to look out for, what type of sport that you're betting on. Because if you're betting on these small college basketball schools, and I'm not saying money line spreads and over-unders, but maybe some niche type of markets like first half alternate spread, but it's not the mainline alternate spread. It's like something completely off. That's a small market. That's an easy way to get limited quickly by certain sports books. The reason that arbitraging is going to get you limited faster than positive EV betting is because in positive EV betting, you're just making one wager. Now, to these sports books here, they think that you're just making one wager. But in order to make a decent return arbitraging of, I don't know, $15 to $30, you're going to have an investment most likely of over $600 easy, most likely $800 to $1,000, meaning you're going to have a lot of action on two separate plays on a book just to make 30 or 40 bucks, right? So that's why arbitraging is going to put you on the fast track. And then you look at all these different player prop bets, and we talk about how there's smaller markets, and you're trying to put down hundreds of dollars down. And these are for my people that are really trying to just make as much money as you can arbitraging. This is how you're going to get limited. So if you're someone like me that started arbitraging and then graduated to positive EV betting, I see myself getting a much higher return on positive EV betting that I don't arbitrage all that often. But I also have a higher risk tolerance, and that's very important. If you're someone that doesn't have a high risk tolerance, there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and arbitrage. Just understand that you're going to have to, deal with the fact that you're going to get limited by certain sports books, depending on if you're a heavy player prop better when it comes to arbitrage. But just like anything else, when you start to watch more of these videos, and make sure to subscribe because you're going to find out exactly how to become a sharp sports bettor, you're going to naturally up your unit size and up your betting size. And over the course of time, you're eventually going to get limited on certain sports books where, like for me, betting $10 or $15 a play just isn't worth my time. And I would rather just put that money to use somewhere else. Now, there's one thing that I want to say, and I'll leave you with in this video, that the sports betting community knows, but nobody really likes to say it or talk about it. And that is people having multiple sportsbook accounts with the same sportsbook. What do I mean by that? Oh, I don't know. Let's say somebody has a sportsbook account at FanDuel, and then their wife, they sign them up with a FanDuel account, and then they set their mom and their dad up with FanDuel accounts, right? And so Joe Schmo now has 4 FanDuel accounts. So he goes and he arbitrages, and he makes a ton of cash on FanDuel arbitraging. And then once his account gets limited, no worries. He's got 3 other FanDuel accounts that he can go set himself up with and either arbitrage more or just bet like he normally would straight wagering, right? I only have one FanDuel account, so my account health to me is paramount. And while I will get limited, I am going to get limited so much faster arbitraging. So that's what I want you to be wary of, right? When you see people talking about on Twitter and how they're making money in arbitrage betting, they are making money, but they might have a higher risk because maybe they have their wife's sportsbook account waiting in the wings for them. So when they get limited on maybe Barstool or Bet Rivers, they can just go and slide in over at this account, right? Especially when it comes to DFS plays like underdog and correlated slips. And I'm going to show you an example right here. Now, when it comes to DFS, guys, there's a very highly profitable way called 4-way correlated slips. So in this example with the Bengals and the Texans, we would take Stroud and Nico Collins higher on their yards, right? Passing, quarterback, wide receiver. And then Burrow, Chase, and Mixon all high as well, right? And lines are still early and they're opening up. So, might swap Mixon out for T. Higgins whenever T. Higgins' line comes in. We take the higher on everyone. Then we make another slip, non-insured, for the same amount of money and take all the lowers. And then for a quarter of the unit, we would take the higher on Stroud and Collins, the lower on Burrow, Chase, and Mixon, and then we'd swap it, take the higher on Burrow, Mixon, and Chase, and then take the lower on Collins and Stroud. Now, all 4 of these slips can lose, but there is a very highly correlated way that we can make a pretty solid ROI. Some people out there, though, have a spouse or a brother or a sister, and they make each one of these slips on each one of those accounts, right? Whereas regular guy like me that only has one underdog account, I'm making all 4 of these slips on one account, and it's a red flag right away. Hey, I'm basically arbitraging these. So as you see my Remington James notification pop up below, good follow if you'd like to see him on YouTube's great recipes. This is just a dead red giveaway. Now, guys, in my opinion, this is an awesome strategy. So sometimes I'll just play all the overs and all the unders. I won't do 4-way slips, but I just want you to be aware that the strategies are sound, but some of these people have multiple accounts with the same book because they have brothers and sisters and mom and dad that they don't mind signing them up for this, and they're not going to use it. So Joe Schmo uses it for himself. So you need to be aware of it. Even if you're limited, and I'm limited on every single sports book other than Caesars, shout out to Caesars, you can still get a lot of action down and a lot of money down. You just need to figure out what type of betting strategy suits you and what you want to do. Some people just want to arbitrage, make risk-free cash, and make as much money as you can. And I say, go for it. No worries. But if you're someone that maybe has a taste for a higher risk and you want a positive EV bet, I would caution you on just going ham when it comes to arbitraging because your account health is the number one paramount thing. And yes, you're going to get limited eventually, but wouldn't you want to make a higher return in getting limited instead of making a lower return and getting limited? So just something for you to chew on. Again, guys, if you appreciate and like this type of content, make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and leave a comment. I want to hear the different books that you get limited in, whether you're in a different state than I am or in a different country. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. If you have any questions, reach out to me on Twitter or comment below. My name's Billy C, and I'll catch you in the next video.